Ole Miss Hotty Rebels are the most overrated team in the country. Not just bashing them for losing at Georgia, in which that offense got completely shut out by Kirby Smart and that Georgia Bulldog defense, but because this Ole Miss team, they get the benefit of the doubt from how good last year's squad was in 2024, led by first-round draft pick quarterback Jackson Dart and D-tackle Walter Nolan. These guys were loaded. They had a championship caliber roster, and it showed 8 NFL draft picks, including 3 defensive players drafted in the first 3 days. And it showed up statistically. First, number 1 overall in offense, and then the number 1 scoring defense in the SEC. Let me say that again. Ole Miss had the number 1 scoring defense in the SEC last year. Well, how's it looking this year? Lane Kiffin, great quarterback. Trinidad Chambliss, I'd say he's playing as well as any quarterback in the country. But so, of course, 4th in the SEC in total offense. And then defense is certainly taking a slide. So they are now 12th in scoring defense. And then one major concern is they are near dead last. So they're 15th in the SEC, giving up about 160 rush yards per game, which tells me they're not going to win games because of their defense and because of making critical stops to win a ball game. And can anyone tell me when in the Lane Kiffin era that Ole Miss has won a big game that was a 1-score game that they needed to go and do a last-second or fourth-quarter drive? Because what I see as I look at the schedule is they either win by, okay, they beat LSU. That's fine. Magnolia Bowl. And I was very high on LSU at the time, so I'll give credit where credit is due. And I said, Ole Miss is the best offense in the country. I did say that. So go ahead, chalk me up on that one. But there's most. And all I see is they need to score 100 points to win, or they lose the close, tight games. And it all boils down to defense. And back on Saturday in Athens, man, this offense was on fire. 5 straight touchdown drives to start. Kirby Smart even said at the end he didn't have confidence in the defense to get a stop. And then something flipped in that 4th quarter, 2 3-and-outs, and then the final drive. They had 1 rush for 12 yards and 1 pass that was completed for 1 yard, and that was it. So, and Georgia did that. They did the same thing to Auburn in the second half last week at Jordan Hare Stadium. Well, does it get much easier for the Hotty Rebels? Not too much. So Lane Kiffin, get your hot yoga, because you're going to the Palace on the Prairie against that Brent Venables defense and Heisman hopeful quarterback John Mateer. Here comes Boomer Sooner.